Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm back again with another video, and as you may have already seen, I will be reviewing the M1967 field gear, which I showed in my intro. Today we'll start off with the M1967 Shorty 20 round M16 ammo pouch. As you can see, it's just M67 by it being nylon, and the nylon trim around the pouches, over time they turn either a brown or a yellowish color. It just depends on the stock and when it was made and how it was stored. You can still see the fresh US stamp on there. This example is unissued, and it has a drain hole in the bottom, spot to carry a grenade, whether it be a fragmentation or a smoke or CS tear gas grenade, and the snap and pull tab. These are, however, the same exact size of snaps found on the M1956 grenade tabs. You can see it has the slide keepers. Remember, it's the late 1960s. Alice gear has not been invented yet, although it is in the works. And you can see some manufacturing stamps. And then it has the the suspender strap, which would connect on your belt, and then the strap would come up and hang on your clip to your M1967H field pack suspenders. It has an adjuster, which is nice and runs pretty smooth. All this material is also on your lightweight rucksacks, so if you ever need to replace materials, it would not be very unethical to butcher one of these, depending on the condition for its hardware. It has the improved clip release or quick release, which the M56 ammo pouches didn't have. They had the pull tab. And then looking on the inside, you can see there's this strap here. Now what this does is that you're supposed to put the strap down like so and load 4 20 round M16 magazines into it, and in the event of a firefight you would go to pull this tab up and it would raise all your magazines up, making it easier to reach. This strap and this strap are almost always cut off on them, and you can still see its information stamp, which reads off case ammunition M16 20 round magazine DSA 100-1969 Eastern Canvas Products. Now they did have a 30 round ammo pouch, which unfortunately I do not have or have any pictures of to show you guys. However, it looks just like this, except stretched to carry the 30 round magazines, which at that time only a handful of forces in the US would have had. Some stateside, security police, SOG and Navy SEAL units would have had them, although they looked exactly like this and with the suspender strap. Now, oftentimes you'll see these being sold as 30 round M1967 ammo pouches. Now, for my pesky Vietnam reenactors, you might immediately see this and say, oh, it's Alice, post-war, dislike, this is post-war, it's FARB, don't use it. That's not entirely correct. You gotta read the fine print on these things, literally. If you don't miss it and look closely, you'll realize that this is a Lincoln ammo pouch. Now the Lincoln is kind of a funny, some people consider M67 gear, some people don't. But this was their design of the 30 round M16 ammo pouch, which had snap covers over it, which the only people to use these in Vietnam were the U.S. Marines and the embassy in the late 60s and then up into the 70s. It had the grenade carriers improved, and then this, but they proved in the heat of a firefight it takes way too long to draw a magazine out. So oftentimes you'll see that they have been cut out. The only way that I can tell you that this pouch right here is a Lincoln pouch, not an M67 or an Alice one, is just by the leftover snap right here from the old flaps. So watch out, you might see these being sold as Alice gear. Now I'll show you an Alice ammo pouch. You could say that they don't look almost exactly the same, which you wouldn't entirely be wrong for saying that, because they do look very similar, but you would have to read the inside and have to look on the inside to show that it's not. So these are Lincoln pouches. Here's a post-war Alice pouch. Now Alice gear was developed in 1973 and has no specific reports of it being used in Vietnam. I don't say that it wasn't, but talk to any Vietnam reenactor, you'll get completely shunned if you even ask that question, because according to my books, it's not. I just wouldn't recommend using it. However, remember, you can use these pouches if you're doing an embassy late war Vietnam guard. And then the M16A1 pouches, which eventually all branches had access to. So I hope you guys found this video informative. Cleared up some of the dust for you guys on what is M16A1 gear, what isn't, how to decipher whether it's not. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, just leave them in the comments below, and have a nice night.